welcome to Red Boots and Heels.
I'm Boots.
I'm Heels. Well, folks, I hope you're paying attention. Another
week in crazy land.
Yeah, I hope you're paying attention because right up into the expiration of 42, I know you're not going to see this on CNN, but definitely if you saw tens of thousands of migrants, if you did any research at all or looked at any other channel than that one, you probably would have seen tens of thousands of migrants lined up at the southern border. It's Venezuelans, it's China.
Lots of Chinese
coming over.
If you're dead broke and poor, how are you going from all these countries like China and ending up in Mexico to walk across our border? How are you getting there? Who is helping you?
Well, like I said a couple of weeks ago, they had awfully nice shiny water bottles and all kinds of cell phones in their hands, and the clothes weren't even dirty. I don't know how far they walked, but anyway, regardless of that, you had Governor Abbott out there. He's, putting up all kinds of barbed wire to try to slow it down. And then on top of that, you have what they call a street release for the overcrowding. They already had 30,000 in custody. And so it just came to some sort of agreement at the Border Patrol just to release the ones that's on overflow. So tens of thousands of people just walking across, street release, look it up. And then those people are bussed out to all kinds of places. And then you got the respite center, in Chicago, of course, who, walks by every single day, homeless people, who walks by veterans laying on the street and has for years and years and years, does not do a thing for them. Yeah.
There are homeless shelters that are making homeless veterans leave. They're making them
upstate
leave
New
the
York
premises to make room for the undocumented invasion that we have coming. I mean, there's something really seriously wrong with this. I advise any of you, try to go to another country. Try to just walk across their border. Tell them, you know what? I hate your country. I don't really want to be here, but I'm coming here anyway. You can't stop me. Make me leave, and just see what they do.
Yeah, and see what they do. I mean, it's crazy. Can you even believe that they didn't even give those veterans a day's notice?
No, just out.
Not even a day's notice.
You're out of here. You are out of here.
Does that make any sense to anybody out there? I mean, anybody out there? If so, why don't you put it in the comments? Because I'd love to read those because I think it's terrible.
But now you have certain communities that all of a sudden are like, now hold on a minute. We were all for all these people flooding our country, and we love Biden.
Yeah.
But wait a second, you're bringing them here?
Yeah.
We don't want you to bring them here.
Yeah.
Now hold on a second. You take them over there somewhere, but we don't want you to bring them here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You want to help, but you show sympathy, but yet you don't want them in, but your backyard, so to speak.
Even that idiotic LeBron James.
Yeah.
I mean, not wanting to have low, not even like welfare housing or anything like that, but just lower spectrum housing put outside his gated community and fighting like crazy. Let's take some of these migrant people over there
let's do that.
And dump them off in his yard.
Yeah, let's do that. But you remember, I mean, this has been going on since day one, since the border's been open, and it has. For anybody out there that's saying, oh, the border's closed, I mean, obviously you're blind, stupid, and dumb, because it's not been closed. People have been coming over, obviously thrones of people have been coming over and over and over. But I would like to give a shout out to YTI, and that is an organization that actually we're taking homeless veterans off the street and basically putting them into hotels so they would have the ability to shower and and get some of their needs met.
Hey,
but they're fighting it right now. I just literally
wonder, if I went to one of these hotels, and I walked in and I said, well, I am identifying as a migrant that came across. I can't speak their language or anything, but I don't speak English that well, so you'll get it. And so
it's Arkabilly.
It's Arkabilly. So I want you to give me one of those rooms for free.
For free, yeah.
I don't want to pay you. I'm a migrant. I don't have to, right?
Yeah, call it what it is. These are illegal aliens. Okay,
they're illegal aliens.
They're not, okay.
Most of them are criminal. Not all of them.
Yeah,
there are some people, but let's face it. Most of the people that want to become American citizens, they go through the right.
And they do it the right way.
They do it the right way. And my friends that were immigrants. There's a difference between immigrants and illegals.
Yes.
And illegals are illegals for a reason. They stay that way for a reason because they like to slide under the radar.
Right.
They don't want to pay taxes and they don't want to take part in the American way and they don't want to be American citizens. Immigrants are a different story. They want to work alongside us to have a great country. Two different things.
Well, they're willing to put in the work too, and they're willing to put in the sacrifices that it takes to actually do that. And getting across, the southern border and putting your family in harm's way and all the trafficking that's going on, I mean, it's not a very responsible way to start it out anyway. So
how many Americans, let's say you lost your mind and you took one of your grandkids and you said, you know what, I think I'm just going to hitchhike across the United States. Grabbed the kid by the hand, and took off with it on this pilgrimage to wherever just to see where you end up, right? Yeah. And how do you think that would work? Don't you think that somewhere along the way, authorities would stop you, probably take you in for questioning? They would want to see some documentation of who this child was. Right.
You'd probably get arrested at some point in some time for endangering a child.
Right.
You would. If you were a common American, you would get, people are getting arrested all the time for basically endangering a child.
Go to New York and jaywalk and just see if you get a ticket, because I guarantee you probably will. Yeah. But people are like coming across the border with no documentation, no anything.
No,
I mean,
not at all.
When do we start suing? When do we start suing these entities that are pushing and allowing this? Because they're not following the law. They're breaking the law. They're putting all of us at risk. Your families, people are murdered by these people. I mean, don't you want to know who's in your neighborhood?
Well, yes, they do, and these Hollywood elitists definitely do. That's why they have fences that are like 15 to 17 feet tall, and security, and guns, and everything to back them up.
You can't afford security, so who cares what you think?
Yeah. It's just crazy. Anyway, we hadn't said a whole lot about it, but I definitely wanted to get on here and actually talk about that. It's kind of like we kind of held back for a little bit. Let's just see what happens. But I mean, this open door policy, and that's really what it is come on, come on, come on. I mean,
look up the streets of like places like El Paso these days and just see what you find. It's a scary, scary sight. If you live there, let me tell you, you would be in fear for your life. You would be in fear for your children, your property, everything that you'd worked for is at risk. This is a scary thing, folks. Just wait and have a bunch of invaders in your yard banging on your door.
Oh, absolutely. That 911 call would go in right away. I guarantee it. Come get these people out of here, just like it did in Martha's Vineyard and everywhere else. Theyese people, they're just hypocritical.
They're very hypocritical. They lie.
That's just the truth. They're liars. They're liars.
Let's don't even call them hypocrites. Yeah. They're liars.
They're
liars.
Yeah.
They're deceivers. They don't think that the average American is deserving of owning the property that they've worked to pay for, or being able to protect their life and liberty. They don't think that you and I are good enough to maintain that.
Democrats, I mean, you asked for it, you got it. Shut your mouth and take them into your home.
Yeah, take them into your house.
That's all there is that I can say about that.
In your daughter's bed.
Absolutely. You let your family go ahead and deal with it, because ours, no. I'm glad we live where we live, but in reality, I feel really like you do bad for the Texans, because they're having to deal with so much more than we are here. Yeah, it's going to be everywhere. Look around. Look around. It is everywhere. I mean, it is everywhere. It's just crazy. You don't even know where they're going.
Also, if people did not do businesses with people that hire them,
you want the labor.
They wouldn't be so easy to come here.
That's very, very true. So, all right. Well, I guess, that's just it. I just wanted to touch on that. I know we talked about it. Maybe
because it's so happy.
Well, those days I think are behind us. Okay, but anyway, folks, we want you to comment. We want to know how you feel about this. I mean, surely people are starting to wake up and look at the real deal here.
I hope
Hopefully. So. There's a lot more news on the horizon. I know we're going to get to a lot more of it, but in reality, I mean, to me, my focus has been on the border. I mean, I keep going back to that because I know that it's the snowball rolling down the hill, and the debris it's picking up on the way down is going to end up at your feet and slap you right in the face as it does.
The mail-in ballots.
Yeah.
And the no showing of the ID at the voting station.
It's all part of the scam.
It's all part of their
scam.
Crap to try to systematically destroy America. And they're doing it.
Hey, they're doing it.
They're getting away with it.
Did we just say that
I think we did.
in rhythm?
We did.
Okay. All right. So you know what? Comment and definitely please accept our invites. We send them out all the time. Please go get on the invite and accept it. We would like to know that you're following us.
And call your elected officials. Not that it'll do any good at this point, because I've come to the conclusion they're all about criminals. So.
Do it anyway. Do it anyway. Do what you can, just so that you know that you tried. Okay.
Right.
All right. For now, we're just going to say so long to next time. God bless you and God bless America. Bye-bye.
Bye.